Hello, my name is Jocelyn. This is my first time doing this, so I'm very nervous. Forgive me for that. And besides that, um, I want to tell you guys a story of my pregnancy. I'm still pregnant, but just so far, I just want to update and let everybody know, just the young girls out there. I mean, not just them, but this is more for them, just to let them know, like, you're not alone in this. You're not the only ones that are going through these feelings or thinking about certain things that you might be going through. So I feel like I should help out with that and give a voice to that and shed light to it for you guys out there. So I conceived my baby in January and he's due in October. What else? I was 21 at the time, and when I found out for sure and got like the "you are pregnant" from the doctors, it was about 2 weeks before my birthday in February. So it was like almost like a birthday gift, and at the same time it was reality. I was scared, and not like because I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for this or whatever. Like, I feel like God wouldn't have gave me this baby if he didn't think I was ready. And for me, I didn't feel like I needed to be. I know you have to be financially ready, but it wasn't all about having the money for him. It was just being here mentally for him and being a great mother for him is what I feel like being prepared for him is. And I know, of course, yes, I have to have money, I have to have a house, I have to have stuff for him to take care of him. But currently that is not the situation. So that's also something we're going to get into later on. I was in fear of telling my parents. I feel like that was more of my fear at first. Like, I was happy that I can finally have a family of my own, something that nobody can take away from me and everything. But I feel like I was scared to let them know because I would be a disappointment, you know? But sure enough, they are supporting and everything. I feel like it kind of brought me closer to them in a way. And I don't know what else to say about that, but it's a whole different experience. But right now I'm currently at my mother's house, and I didn't plan on staying here because I feel I don't like being a burden on people. I don't like asking for things, asking for help, and I feel like that's kind of more of where my problems come into, and kind of more of where this video comes into play, like not to be afraid to ask for help if you need it. So I don't like being a burden. I didn't want, not that like, okay, things are bad and I don't want my baby here. It's just I don't want him in this house because I don't want to bring stress into a household when she already has a lot of kids to take care of. So for me, it's like she has her responsibility as a mother, I have my responsibility as a mother, and I don't want to bring more into her household. So I feel like that's part of my stressful thinking of why I didn't want to be here, like, for until after the baby came and stuff. So I feel kind of bad that I am gonna be here. And then the room that I'm in now is my old room, and my sister took it over, so now like she kind of had to give it up for me to get it ready for the baby and stuff. So it's like a lot of things are changing because I came back home and stuff. So I'm like, like, I'm sorry, I feel bad. And I probably don't express it a lot because I'm just like, this pregnancy kind of made me more mellow and just real calm. So there's like a lot of things that have been thrown at me that have kind of just like, just take it in consideration, and I listen more and not really have a response towards it. But I do hear what everybody's saying. So it's like, how do I explain? I feel bad for what I'm doing, but I don't express myself on it because I'm just going with the flow. So, where am I now? So that's kind of wrapping it up to like, I'm gonna have this baby in Florida. I am 31 weeks. I will be 32 weeks on Monday. And I have to nest. I have to nest for my baby boy. So I'm kind of waiting on this baby shower, and hopefully I'll get his little, not crib, but a playpen that'll have a bassinet and everything for him, and I can get that stuff ready and situated. So I'm just like, I'm kind of all over the place, but at the same time, like, I have to try to get these things knocked down. Like, I'm ready for him. I've been waiting for months now, and I have 2 more months left, so I'm ready. I could feel him moving. He was just moving before I started this video too, so he knows I'm talking about him. But I'm getting ready for him slowly but surely, and I feel like reality kind of hit this morning when I was thinking about giving birth. And I don't really think about it that much because I'm too busy worried about after he comes. I need to get a job. I have to pay my debt. I have to get my car back on track and stuff. Like, there's all these other things that fell off because I didn't have a job, or I still don't have a job. So, and it really sucks because when I first got pregnant, I was working at a food job. So all the smells from there, it was like the more I came to work, the more worse I felt coming into work because of those smells and everything. So I feel like I kind of kicked myself in the butt for that. If I had the doctors, if I was going to the doctors, if I did have my insurance, I could have got the medicine for that, the nausea medications and stuff, and I would have probably been able to still keep the job, and I would have probably still been making money and keeping money in my pocket, keeping my bills up to date. But things don't always go as you plan, and I feel like I'm learning that too. Things aren't going to go as you plan. So I just have to worry and focus on working on making those goals happen. So just don't be scared. I know it's very hard, and I feel like that's why I need to voice my opinion on this and try to help out other people who are young just like me and going through the same things, because it's not going to be easy. If I didn't have my parents, I probably would be God knows where, on the streets or in a shelter or somewhere. I don't know, because before I came out here, I was sleeping on a couch with the father of my child. So you don't know where things are going to lead and where they're going to go. So I just feel like, don't be afraid to ask for that help. If you're afraid to tell somebody because you think their reaction is going to be bad or something, just talk about it, get it out there and open, because who knows, like 9 times out of 10 it'll be a positive. Maybe it'll be hard at first, but they'll come around in the end, who knows. So I feel like my parents were kind of always supportive in the beginning. Like, yeah, they had their questions, and if I was sure if I was ready and other stuff like that. But the way I was raised was, like, if I made the mistake or if I made that decision to get in that bed, then I'm going to raise this baby. I don't have no other choice. And for me, abortion was out of the question. I didn't want to do it because at the end of the day, that was a heartbeat. That's a life inside of me that has no decision on whether or not that child wanted to live or not. So that was a no for me. And I feel like when people kind of say that to me, it gets me emotional and it gets me sad, because it's my body, it's my decision. And if you really read up on stuff like that, like, it does affect you in the long run, and it can affect you. Even if it doesn't affect you, it could still affect you emotionally and in just other ways besides physical pain, and how it feels, and whether or not, like, if you can have a baby afterwards because of it. Like, you don't know what it's going to be like. You don't know. You can't trust stuff like that. And I feel like stuff like that never crossed my mind. I never wanted to do it to begin with. It didn't matter who the father of the baby was. I still was going to have this baby. So it was like, I didn't have any other option to me. Even adoption, like, I've been to foster care, and I wouldn't want to put my baby through that. So it's like, a lot of other things or choices that people can throw at you, but at the end of the day, it's your decision. You do what you want, and you do it for yourself and your child. No matter if it's a girl or a boy, it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like I could say, I can't really say it doesn't matter the situation, because there is a lot of situations where it's like, you had a baby by somebody that you didn't want a baby by, or something like that. Like, that's understandable. But I feel like it's an accident that happened, and it's a good accident because now I get to be a mother, and I'll have a baby boy that loves me no matter what. And I get to love him back. I get to love him, and I get to take care of him and see his personality grow. And I kind of feel like I can see that now. Like, even when I sleep and he starts kicking and I put my hand on my belly, I feel like I'm sleeping with him and he's learning me too. So I don't know. It's a lot to experience, and it's a very exciting experience. So I don't want anybody to make any quick decisions based off of fear in their life, and based off of feeling like somebody else is forcing you to do that, make that decision because we don't have the money right now. Why are we doing this? It's not about money to the baby. He doesn't care about money at the end of the day. All he needs is your love, your care, and food. And he'll get food when he gets breastfed, so there's no problem. I just feel like he needs my undivided attention at the end of the day, and he'll get all of that, especially with all the siblings that I have and all the care that's going to be coming from this house. So he'll get all the love that he needs. And at the end of the day, we're going to be okay. So, if you guys like this, subscribe to the channel. I'm not sure how many of these pregnancy-related channel or videos that I'm going to be doing, but I feel like you guys would love an update, especially in October when the baby does come. So, I can't wait to see him. I want to know what he looks like, and I want to see his personality and everything. I want to see what kind of hair he has. If he has soft hair like me, or curly or tighter curls like his dad. I already know he's gonna have big lips like his dad, so it's like, I wonder if he's gonna look like me with big lips. I don't know. So I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to meet him. And hopefully you guys continue to go on this journey with me and meet him and see him grow too. And hopefully this all doesn't have to be sad or depressing, or however this makes you feel. It'll be educational and more about my life and me growing as a person and growing as a mother. But thank you for watching, and thank you for taking the time out to hear me and hear my story.